All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another Dogfather break. We're just double checking our cameras, making sure we have everything recording. Twitch looks good, and YouTube looks good. All right, everybody. Mosaic 2025 Illumination Wild Card Inside Trader and Fanatics Underwraps Mini. We'll, of course, save the mini for the end. I'll set it aside momentarily. This is part of the eBay monthly sweeps. No purchase necessary to enter. 8 entries per household per calendar month. Rules, regulations, and the link in the top of the description. All right, we're going to set the mini out of the way for the moment. Teams. We had one team did not sell. We're not going to worry about it. We're going to run on with the break. Richard has the most teams with 9. He'll receive the first bonus. Daniel has the second most teams with 7. He'll get the second bonus. Third bonus will go to the first hit of the break. Fourth bonus will be randomized between all teams that do not receive a hit in the break. Teams, Richard with the Cardinals, Connie with the Falcons, Ronald with the Ravens and Bills, Richard with the Panthers, Daniel with the Bears and Bengals, Alex with the Cowboys, Daniel with the Broncos, Suki with the Lions, Ronald with the Packers, Connie with the Texans and Colts, Ashley with the Jaguars, Brian with the Chiefs, Richard with the Raiders, Ronald with the Chargers, Richard with the Rams, Joseph with the Dolphins, Ronald with the Vikings, Daniel with the Patriots, Richard with the Saints, Daniel with the Giants, Richard with the Jets, Jonathan with the Eagles, Richard with the Steelers, Ronald with the 49ers, Richard with the Seahawks, Daniel with the Buccaneers, Daniel with the Titans, and Richard with the Commanders. And of course, the Cleveland Browns did not sell. All right, everybody, we're going to start with the Mosaic. And then we are going to go to our Illumination. Try to cut this as carefully as I can so we can just push it out. The box will go to whoever had the most teams. Richard, you'll receive the box with your package. Same thing, of course, with whoever hits the mini. Of course, you're going to get that box. All right, everybody. I don't want to cut the mini open yet. We'll set this aside. We'll do the Mosaic. I do not sleeve up a whole lot during the break. If I sleeve up after the break, Mosaics, we're going to sleeve up all rookies, all color prisms, all that good stuff. Illumination, when we get to those, we're going to sleeve up the parallels. Of course, autos are going to get hard sleeved immediately. There'll be 4 of those. Nil autos, those undrafted QBs. Any nil autos we hit will be randomized between all teams available. We'll do that, everybody. If I have a small box like this and I'm just running one box, I'm striving to get more to the NFL teams. I'm not going to penny pinch it and create nil spots. Small box like this, it'll be just like that. Any nil players will randomize between all teams, so everybody has a chance at getting whatever it was. Hello, hello. All right, everybody, let's go. Danny White, Favre, Woody Marks on the rookie, Garrett Wilson, Silver, Elevate, Matthew Golden, Elevate, Thomas Jr., Hooper, Franklin, Silver, Christian McCaffrey, Caleb William Masters, Tyler Show, Duggar, Ayamora, Orange, elevate Jamar Chase. Nice hit for the Bengals. Connor, T. Hill, Herbert, Izuruku. Jeffrey Simmons on the green. Loveland, green, Roddy White. Garrett Wilson, Tuamulu on the rookie. Green, Jordan Watkins, J. Love, and Josh Allen. Did I miss any of the prisms? We definitely make sure we sleeve all prisms. Of course, we'll come back through and pull out rookies before we start sorting. All these will at least be sleeved. If you see me put it in a sleeve and set it to the side, everybody, that means that I'll come back through and they'll go in a top loader. We're just not doing it now to conserve room. On the stands. Love these orange. Anytime we're doing a mosaic break and we pull these orange fluorescent, we are definitely sleeving and loading those. All right, illumination. As I said, the box will go to Richard. We got, ooh, black pack's a chase pack, right? Right. Look for the black chase packs. So we got a little bonus coming in there. We'll do that one last for sure. Good luck, everybody. Should be 4 autos. Packs are always so thick. Javon Holland, Robert Rochelle, Amari Rogers, Hunter Long, Michael Clark, Trey Sermon, Elijah Mitchell, Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Please let that be an auto. On the Hololux, 52 of 99. So Detroit with the first hit of the break. Javonte Williams, smashing. Davis Mills, 39 of 45 on the Hololux auto. Trey Sermon on the bang, and Kyle Pitts, photo star. I'll check for number, but I do not think it is. And all these, of course, will go to their current team. If they are no longer playing, they will go to the team they last played for. $52 of 99. Amon-Ra. Not sure who Davis Mills played for at the moment, but if he is out, then I guess he'd go back to Houston. You know what? I've got my scissors right here. These are too thick, everybody. Do not like pushing and pulling on those like that. We got Holland, Rochelle, Rogers, Long, Carter, Trey Sermon on the silver, Mitchell, Dayu, Odeyingbo on the auto, Mac Jones, photo star, Chaz Surratt, 30 of 35. J.C. Horn, 14 of 20. And Greg Newsom, 89 of 99. As I said, undrafted autos will be randomized between all teams. Any undrafted numbers, we're not going to do that live because of time, but we will put those back in as bonuses most likely, if they're already. I don't know that we have an undrafted number. So we'll check Deo here, see who he's going to. Abram. Can you please say Abram? Deo. Olayinbo. Chicago Bears. And I'll just check Davis Mills while I'm here. We'll check each one of the autos as we go. Just want to check. Yes, he is still with Houston. All right. Next pack, everybody. Let's switch back over to YouTube. I don't see anybody on Twitch. YouTube, there we go. All right, so we got Justin Fields, Terrence Marshall, Chuba Hubbard, Javonte Williams, Patrick Surtain, Amon-Ra, Greg Rousseau. Our auto is Kylan Hill. We'll check him out. Rondale Moore. We got a double auto. Joe Tryon. 2 autos. So we don't have an auto in the, or maybe we just got an extra. Trevor Lawrence, 10 of 25. And Sean Wade, 24 of 50. So the question is, will we end up with an auto? It's usually 1 per pack, or I wonder if since you got the chase. You don't have an auto in there, but you still should. So I believe we just got an extra auto. Let's check Joe Tryon. He was Tampa, and I know unfortunately we got rid of him. That's weird. It shows Chicago. there's Cleveland. He went to Cleveland. Now he's at Chicago. All right, so it's Chicago. Kylan Hill. Running back for Houston Gamblers. So he will be randomized between all teams available. At the end of the break. All right, everybody. Chase pack. These, if I remember right, the Chase packs were lower per 1/10 the production of regular packs. So good luck, everybody. Got Zach Wilson, Pat Freiermuth, Greg Newsome, Jamie Newman, Chaz Surratt. Looks like we do have an auto coming up. Why is this one so thick? All of these will be sleeved, everybody. Kate Johnson, Josh Osai, Terrence Marshall Jr. Carolina, can we get the auto on him? No, we got Kyle Trask auto. Terrence Marshall Jr., 40/75. Kyle Trask auto, 14/99. T-Law, bang. Felipe Franks, 86/99. And Ian Book, 19/20. We'll look up and see where Trask is. I've been wondering myself. Wanted to check the back for a number. I know he's no longer with Tampa. I just don't know if he's at home watching or on somebody else's sideline now. Oh, nice. Atlanta. ATL. Atlanta picked him up. I'm a Bucks fan, but like we never gave this guy a chance. I hope Atlanta uses him to I hope he gets a really good game against us. All right. We're going to do a quick little recap on these before I pull over the mini. Those are our autos. We'll keep those out. One has to be randomized. We'll keep the auto recap with the mini. All right, we got T-Law on the bang. T-Law grooving, 10/25. J.C. Horn, 14 of 20. Greg Newsom, 89 of 99. 24 of 50 on the Sean Wade. Chaz Surratt, 30 of 35. Jamar Chase, Orange Elevate. Rondell Moore, 26 of 249. Smashing Felipe Franks, 68 out of 99. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 52 out of 99. Ian Book, 19 of 20. And Terrence Marshall Jr., 40 out of 75. All right, everybody, if they were numbered and they're on your team, they're coming to your team. If they're numbered and they're nil, we'll be using them as bonuses. Autos, we had 1 nil. We're going to randomize it right before we do our bonuses. Now for the nice part of the break. Let's get it. I thought this was a nice part. I actually enjoyed that illumination. That's 2023 Underwraps Mini. I want to move everything else out of the way. We don't necessarily need it anymore. I might bring it back for bonuses. All right, everybody. Good luck. See if I can take a peek. Oh. Richard, congratulations, sir. New Orleans Saints. I think I know that signature. Fanatic Certified Speed. Oh, where's the name? I'm pretty sure I know this one. Let me see if we got a slip in that. We do. And I was right. Nice hit, sir. Congratulations, Richard. Chris Olave. Chris Olave going to that New England spot. We'll get that put back in your box. All right. Nice hit, Richard. Congratulations. Richard had the most teams, so that makes sense. Suki, the Lions, with the 3rd bonus. We've got 1 card to randomize, 1 team to randomize. I'm going to pull this over. All right, we've got to figure out where Kylan Hill is going. We're going to blow this up. Start again because we used and eliminated teams earlier. There we go. And spin. We'll see who receives Kylan Hill. Kylan will go to the, I believe it was Kylan, right? Yes. We'll go to the Chargers and Ronald. That doesn't count because it's randomized. All right, now we have 1 team to randomize. It did not receive a hit in the break. So we're going to spin again as long as they did not receive a hit. Washington did not. Houston, Atlanta, Chicago, and Chicago. And Dallas on the helmet. So Washington with the 4th and final bonus. Richard again. All right, bonus time, everybody. I believe I will go ahead and get his helmet put out of the way first. Just want to keep it as clean and problem-free as possible. I'll make sure to put some bubble wrap, or I'll put some packing material inside the box to keep that helmet from moving for you. And you'll also have your teams in there, as long as I can fit them without disturbing the plastic on the Mini. Go ahead and bring this back. All right, bonus time, everybody. Once again, nice hit, Richard. Congratulations. All right, bonus time. Got envelopes numbered 1 through 10. Backup envelopes to put in their place. Got a 10-sided die. 1 being 1, 0 being 10. I'm going to roll the dice. It's going to tell me which envelope to pull. I'm going to write your name, a team associated with your name on that envelope. Turn them face down. Come back and open them in the order we pulled them. Richard goes first. Richard, if you're in the live chat, please let me know. You having the most teams have the chance to exchange your bonus if you're unhappy with the first one you receive. Let's go, everybody. Wow, popped all the way up there. It is a 1. Richard, and we're sending this to you with Arizona. All right, second is Daniel with the second most teams in 7. That is a 6. Going to Daniel in Chicago. Congratulations, Daniel, on those autos. Right, next is Suki and the Lions. For the first hit of the break is another 1. Our nice new little glowing dice. I did have a dice tower that came in today, but it is too small for the dice. And it was broken. And Richard and the Commanders for not receiving a hit during the break. It is a 2. Going to Richard and Washington. We will have a little change coming up on the table, everybody. I have a piece of AstroTurf coming in, and I think I'm going to put it down on the table and see how that goes. There's my 9. All right, everybody, bonus time. Once again, Richard, if you are in the room, please let me know. You get the chance to exchange your bonus if you're unhappy with the first one you receive. Let's go, everybody. Richard in Arizona for the most teams. Jalen Noel, 9 of 99 on the Blue Disco. Daniel in Chicago for the second most teams. Benjamin St. Justy on the College Ticket Auto. Suki in Detroit for the first hit of the break. 32 of 99 for the Jacob Harris. Negative Spectra. Richard in Washington for not receiving a hit during the break. 48 out of 50 for the Julius Peppers swirl out of the Revolution for this year. So congratulations to all of you. I do not see anything from Richard. Richard, you here, sir? All right, everybody. Abram, hello once again. All right, everybody. That does it for our second break of the day. We'll be back at 5 o'clock with our third and final break. We hope to see you then. If you're not in the break, we hope to see you next Friday and Sunday in our breaks as usual. We hope you all have a wonderful week. Stay safe. See you next time, everybody. Thank you once again.